For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ali Siverite, and I am a spiritual business coach and a Reiki master teacher and an intuitive. And I really specialize in helping other healers, coaches, and heart-based entrepreneurs to feel confident selling, to really design their entire business and learn how to sell in a way that is authentic and effective and aligned with their soul's mission. And that is what I absolutely love. I am the founder of Selling from Your Soul Abundance Academy. And I wanted to come to you today and talk about this because this is a really big subject and it's something that I hear a lot from you guys. And I'm always going to try to address whatever it is that I'm hearing from you guys that you are needing in your business. Let me know down below if you have a heart-based business. What is it that you do? Who do you serve? And if you're thinking of starting a heart-based business, tell me what you're thinking. What is it that, is pulling at you that maybe you haven't quite started, but is in your heart, okay? And Carly is in my Selling from Your Soul Abundance Academy and loving working with her. And Bianca does so many amazing things too. So drop it down below. Your ideal clients may be in this group. And so you can use this as an opportunity to connect with them. Let people know what you're doing. Hello, beautiful Savannah. So nice to see you. Oh, Savannah is amazing. Amazing as well. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn how to start making money in your Facebook group? And actually, before we start, let me know, do you have a Facebook group? Okay, and if so, feel free to drop the link down below. And if you are somebody who connects or relates to what somebody else is doing in another group, join their group, right? So feel free to drop your group down below if you have a group. And let me know if you don't have a group, why you don't. Like, are you feeling resistant to starting it, or you just haven't gotten around to it, or kind of what's the deal? All right, so I wanted to put this together though, because I hear from a lot of people that they do have a Facebook group, but they aren't sure like what to do with it. Or how to earn money. Let me know if that's you. You do have a group, but you're just like not sure what to do with it, how to earn money from it. Maybe things are slow. Maybe there's not a lot of engagement in the group. Okay, or maybe it just started as like a support community. Okay, and maybe there is engagement in your group, but people aren't buying your product or your service or your program or whatever it is that you sell. Okay, so I want to go over 3 things that are essential. Okay, and these are all things that we go over in my program, Selling from Your Soul Abundance Academy, and deeper. We go deeper into this, and I help you individually with this. But let's just generally go over some of the main ingredients here that you really need to have. Okay, I am a huge believer in using Facebook and Facebook groups to grow your business. The strategies that I teach in the Academy are the ones that I've been using for the last 12 years or so. And what has really brought in, I'd say, at least 90% of my business. I'm going to say 90% just because I'm sure there's a percentage that didn't come from Facebook or Facebook Live. But honestly, it may even be higher than that, okay? And I've made many mistakes and I've learned from them, but I want to share some of those with you today so that if you're making them right now, and let's just like reality check, let's just be honest, let me know if you're making any of these mistakes so we can pivot and you can skip over all the things that I had to learn the hard way and just start doing the things that actually work, okay? Carly says, I work with ambitious entrepreneurs who are feeling stuck building their business because they are too up in their heads with their limiting beliefs, fears, anxiety, holding them back from getting out there in a bigger way. Yep, that's a biggie. That is a biggie. Many people can relate to that for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing. one of the main issues that I see when someone goes to start a Facebook group is that they don't make the group really targeted to the type of person who has the problem that they're solving with their product or their service, or the type of person that they really want to work with. Okay. So if I'm selling products that help people with a lot of different things, like I know that what I do can help people with, let's just say, weight loss and energy and their immune system and their anti-aging, I may just start like a general group with a bunch of different types of people. Okay. I may throw everyone and his mother in the group because I know that everyone can benefit. Okay. So I may put my sister and my cousin and my mother-in-law and, everybody. And let me know if you've ever done this. You start a group and then you just start like going through your Facebook list and you're just pretty much inviting everybody. Okay. And so you wind up with this big group. And there are many problems with this strategy. We're not going to get into all of them today, but I will say that more people in your group does not equal more money or more impact. Okay. If you are, in fact, the bigger your group is and the less focus it is, the more Facebook dings you and dings the algorithm. So if people are not engaging because the group is not targeted to specifically what their needs are, Facebook will say, yeah, there's a lot of people in this group and there's not that many of them engaging, so they must not be interested in what this group is about. So we're not going to show the content to everybody. So a lot of times you may have a huge group and a large percentage of them are not even seeing what it is that you're posting. Now, you may be internalizing this as, oh, nobody wants to hear what I have to say, and maybe my content isn't good or whatever. But when in reality, you may have people who are your ideal clients that are kind of buried in the algorithm underneath piles of people who are not your target people. And Facebook is actually dinging you for that. Okay. So if you are trying to talk to everyone all at once in a general sense, you're really talking to nobody because you're not demonstrating that you know what their specific problem is. Okay, if you're posting about energy one day and weight loss one day and anti-aging the next day, it's confusing and not everybody in the group can relate to all the things that you're talking about. And so they start to tune out and they don't necessarily see you as an expert. So when you do go to sell, it's like, oh, well, she does this, 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 this. She doesn't really know my problem. And then you just kind of wind up with a group, which is not really turning into something. Let me know down below if you feel like you're in that situation where you just kind of have, maybe you have a lot of people in the group, but the group isn't crystal clear targeting. Okay, so the things you're talking about are not relatable to, everybody all the time. Now, obviously, you're going to have posts that are not going to be 100% relatable all the time, okay? But the majority of the content you're putting out should speak specifically to a specific group of people, okay? And and that's really how you have to start. Now, if you don't know who that group of people is and you're not really sure who you do, who you are and what you do and what specific problem you solve, we got to talk about that. That is really step one before you can do this, okay? But because you want to start with what is it that I desire, right? And start creating content in the form of posts and emails and Facebook Lives, talking about the things that you want to talk about, really, but really making them specific to that ideal person who has the problem that you want to solve. Poll people, talk to them. Like what I did with you guys earlier today, I said, hey guys, I'm going live at 11. Do you want to talk about this or do you want to talk about this? And there was a clear answer from you about what you wanted to hear from me today. And so my content is specifically targeted to what it is that you want to hear from me, because sometimes I may think that what I'm talking about is what you want, and I may be totally off base. Okay, so make sure that you have people answering questions when they first come into your group about, what are their goals, but what is it that they're struggling with right now? Okay, that information is going to be so valuable for you, because not only is it going to allow you to really get to know your ideal client and your audience well, but what is the language that they use? What patterns do you notice? What are the topics that keep kind of getting brought up where people are saying they're struggling with? That's what you're going to use to create the content in your group, to specifically speak to what the people in your group want to hear about. Okay, so whether it's posts or emails or lead magnets or challenges or bigger programs, this is going to help guide you to where your audience is feeling stuck so that you can help them. Okay, so one of the things that you can do if you realize, okay, my group is not very targeted, is that you can, once you get that clarity around who you want to talk to, what the problem is that you solve. And again, we go into this in the Abundance Academy. If you haven't done this, this is the work that you need to do to lay that foundation. You can then go live in your group. You can change the messaging. You can change the welcome post. You can change the mission. You can say, hey guys, this is what this group is now about. And many of you saw me do that back in February when I first started the group. It was more general. It was more to focus on spiritual awakening, mind, body, spirit healing, mindset, mindfulness. Now, we do all of those things as well, but it's in the context of business now. It is in the context of really working with heart-based entrepreneurs who want to sell and who want to grow thriving businesses. That is not how I started this group. And so when I pivoted, I announced that. And then from that point forward, I just started creating content to what it is that I wanted this group to be. And I gave permission and I said, listen, if you want to leave the group, I totally get it. It's no longer aligned to where you are right now. But this is the direction that I'm moving in. Feel free to come along with me. Feel free to leave, whatever makes sense for you. But I just started showing up, talking about the things that I wanted to talk about. And those who no longer resonated in the group left, right? And so that is just a very simple way to start once you have clarity on, what is it that I want this group to be about? What are my intentions? Okay. So so let me know down below if that resonates for you. Do you feel like your group maybe is a little bit of a mishmash or not exactly, the audience that you want to be speaking to with the message that you're feeling called to sharing right now? Okay. The second mistake that I see is not selling right off the bat, okay? Not offering some type of offer, okay? Right off the bat. A lot of times we feel like, we're going to start and we're going to put out all this free information and we want to have this community feel, come one, come all, kumbaya. I'm laughing because that's how I started this group. It was totally like kumbaya, come on, come all. And while providing free content is a wonderful way to get to your community, right, and build that trust, when you don't have calls to action or you don't point people in the direction of where they can take the next step with you, they become conditioned to only consume free content. And then they're confused and sometimes even put off when you do go to share about an offer that you have, okay? So it's really important for people to know that while you're offering this amazing community with free value that they're welcome to consume and implement on their own, there are different opportunities to take that material to the next level with you. And so we know that when they work with us, either one-on-one or a coaching program, or even just taking like a one-time workshop with us or downloading a paid ebook from us, okay, they're going to get a better result because we tend to resist selling because we feel weird about it. And then what happens is we wind up with a group where people see us as like the nice lady who gives free information all the time. And then they wind up purchasing, from somebody else, okay? Because we haven't given them enough opportunity to work with us. So all of your posts, your Facebook Lives, your welcome posts, when people, come in, right when they come into your community, there should be some type of call to action or a way in which someone could take that next step with you when they are ready. And very often we don't offer that because we may be unclear ourselves about what that next step is. Okay. In my program, we create that structure for what that value ladder is that would lead someone to the next step where, whether it's a high-end coaching program or a low ticket offer, what is that next step that may lead them to the next step. Okay. And so this leads me to my third point, which is that very often, let me know if this is landing for you guys. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Okay, can you see how, maybe there are a few things that need to shift in your group. So number 3, very often we get pigeonholed into only offering the big ticket item. Okay, the 30-day nutrition program, the 12-week coaching package, or whatever it may be. Okay. But having a low ticket offer is a fabulous way to immediately start introducing people to what you do and to start building their trust with you so that when you do decide to have a higher ticket package, maybe you do right now, you do have that offer and that's the only thing that you're really offering to people, or maybe you don't have the program in place, or the program feels weird, or you want to change it, or whatever it is. Okay, having a smaller, more digestible offer to offer somebody to build their trust with you, so that when you do have that higher ticket offer or package to take people deeper, they've already purchased from you and they feel comfortable with you as someone who can help them because they've already gotten some benefit from whatever it is that they did with you. Okay, something smaller that leads them into a bigger program or a bigger purchase right off the bat. Okay, it can be an ebook that you make, it can be a video that you shoot on how to meditate, right? It can be if that's your thing. It can be a $27 piece of content or a $47 low ticket, video course with like 3 training videos that you shoot through Zoom in your living room. Okay. It can be a one-to-one strategy session with you, right? Maybe you do a monthly workshop and you charge $25 to participate and you've got 10 people on or whatever it may be. Okay. Low risk offer to see what you're about, to learn from you. Okay. Many people feel like they can't sell anything because their big program isn't ready or they're changing it or whatever. And that's just that stops you and that's keeping you stuck. Okay. It's okay to not have all the kinks and things worked out for your bigger package if you're going to offer one, or your one-to-one sessions, or however that may look like. You can get people started with something. Because when people buy something from you, even if it's an $18 ebook, okay, or a masterclass, there is an energetic exchange that is different than when someone consumes free content. Okay, if they enjoyed that low ticket offer, they're more likely to trust you and want to invest with you further, and to go to that next rung on the ladder with you. Okay, the other thing that it does is it helps to build your confidence around what it is that you're offering. It can be really hard, especially when you first start selling more expensive products or bigger programs, to hear no a lot. Okay, while you're working on your sales skills and while you're which we go really deeply into in the academy, but while you're working that out, when you're not quite there yet, you can really feel like, you're lacking confidence in the bigger offer. And so starting with something smaller helps you to gain confidence around what it is that you're offering, but it also helps you to see if there is a need in the market for what it is that you're offering. And this is a big one, you guys. It helps you to get clarity around what people actually want and what they don't want, okay? If people are not going to buy the $25 item that helps them with the problem that you solve, they are likely not going to buy the $500 or the $1,500 program that helps solve that problem. Okay, so something to think about when you're creating that low ticket offer is that you want to make sure that it's something that's aligned with the next step on the ladder. Okay, you want to make sure that it's something that solves the problem in some way that you are solving in your bigger program. Okay, so let's just say that I have a bigger program about mindfulness to help people with anxiety. Okay, which I'm using that example because I do have something like that. Okay, I may start with a low ticket offer that would be, let's just say, a $47 masterclass on how to use meditation for relaxation. Okay, it would include 3 different meditation techniques. Let's just say maybe in an overview of what mindfulness is to just help them get started on that journey. Now, maybe my gal who has anxiety is not quite ready to invest in my bigger program where I help her to learn how to quiet her mind and help her move through whatever resistance or patterns are coming up for her that are causing that anxiety. But she does know that she's interested in learning about how to start meditating. And she's comfortable spending $47 on that product. Okay, this is a way for me to help her get some results, but also see the value of continuing to work together and take it to that next step. Now, if I've built my mindfulness program, there's a lot of meditation in there, and that's a big part of my program. And I'm noticing that the people who are in my community are not interested in buying the $47 version, then there's a misalignment with who's in my group or my messaging or what it is that they think that they need to solve their problem. And if that's the case, then chances are they aren't going to purchase a bigger program that focuses on that because that's not what they're interested in. Right? And so this really, it shows us a lot, but it also allows you to start getting money in the door for, which can be very helpful, especially when you're first starting out and getting on your feet. And that can be money that you use for ads or for, the basic needs of your business, but it also helps you to really connect with those who are ready right now to make some movement towards solving the problem that you're solving. And it allows you to see where your audience is, what they're looking for, and take some of that pressure off of that big, $1,500 or $500 sale or whatever it may be. Just start getting your feet wet around it, okay? So now I'm going to do the call to action here that I'm telling you guys to do so you can see what this looks like, right? So I know that some of you can take this information and implement it on your own, which is awesome. And if you do that, post in the group. Let us know that you've done that. Let us know what your low ticket offer is or where you're going to be pivoting in your Facebook group because I love to hear from you guys. But I also know that there are many of you that would benefit greatly from having a mentor and a support community to help you with the mindset, the structure, and the strategy that leads to selling authentically. Okay, so if you're feeling like you're lacking clarity, direction, or confidence when it comes to who you serve, putting your offers together, or how to sell them in a way that feels authentic and good instead of awkward, let's connect. I'm still offering enrollment for my Selling from Your Soul Abundance Academy for those of you who are a good fit. And you can book a call with me. I'll leave the link up at the top, or shoot me a message. We can chat through Messenger if that's easier, right? But I'm letting you know that there is a way to take that next step with me if you feel called, right? If not, awesome, stay in the group. Look through all the Facebook Lives and all the things, because I have a ton of resources and value for you here. But if you're feeling called, let's connect, okay? So let's see. Carly says, what are some good examples? So Carly, I don't know if you listened, but I may have gone through those